Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's continue. See, this is a very simple program which we have created. See, look at these sections. First one is package. What is package? What is package? Package is nothing but a collection of related classes. Okay, clear? Hope you are able to understand what I'm saying. It's a collection of related classes. That means under the same package, I can create a one more class. See, just right click and go to new and go to class and create a one more class. Okay, this is another class. Just click finish. See, there's another class has been created. Under this, where we have created this employee class has been created under a package only. That means package can hold multiple classes. One thing. Second point is package is nothing but a collection of related classes. Package is nothing but a collection of related classes. And then coming to the next line, third number, line number 3, where we are just referring public class hello world 001. Okay, we have to create a class because Java supports object-oriented programming. Hence, everything is an object in a Java. Everything is an object in Java. To create an object, we have to create a class. That's why we have created a class called hello world underscore 001. This is a class name. Inside a class name, we have a method called this is a class name. And this is a method. This is a main method. What is the use of this main method? What is the use of this main method? Tell me. Those who have some basic knowledge on Java, they can answer this question. What is the main method?
Main method is the starting point of any program. It will stores the it will declare the what is the we are going to give any comments and anything we have to go to declare. We are using the starting point there itself. We can declare out of the program.
Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. The main method is an entry point for execution. For executing any kind of program, main method acts as an entry point. Acts as an entry point. Okay. Entry point. So coming to the next line number 7. So lines from 6 to 8, this is called as a block of statements. Okay, this is a block of statements. So this block of statement has a scope. What is the scope? These statements are enclosed by the spiral brackets for the main method. That means the main method starts with starting of spiral bracket and ending spiral bracket. Within that, we have so many methods are there. See, this is nothing but a block of statements. This statement gets executed if you invoke a main method. If you invoke a main method, just right click, run as Java application. Java application. Just click, right click, and click see. Select sources to save. We have to save this program first. Okay. Save. See, look at here. Hello world. This is a console where output okay gets printed. See output displayed here under console tab. You can see the output. Okay. So it's a basic Java program. Java program contains total 3 sections. First one is the package section where we have to create the package name to organize our classes. To organize our classes, we have to create our okay packages. And then there is another section. What is the section? Import Java dot util. Okay. So control X. P. Apparently it's not identifying. I think there's something I have missed it. I'll check and let you know later. But we had to import. This section talks about home. What it deals actually. Here we can import the required packages and classes from SDK. Okay, we can import a required packages and classes from a SDK. So we have an import section and then package section. Package is nothing but a collection of related classes, and then class name. Here we have to give a class name. This is a class name, and we have a main method. Main method acts as an entry point for a execution. Program execution. Okay, is it clear? Yeah. Now coming to the history of Java. What is the history of Java? I'll give you a brief overview about the history of Java. Maybe it is not required in inventories also, it doesn't ask actually what is the history. Just developed in 1995 by Sun Microsystems, released in 1995. And the basic philosophy of Java is create once and run anywhere. Okay, create once and run anywhere. That means the Java programming language is a platform agnostic language. That means we can run our Java program on multiple platforms. It supports Windows, Unix, and Mac OS. The basic agenda behind creating a Java program is they want to create a program that supports multiple platforms without changing the code. If you create a code, the same code should be executed, should be compatible for multiple platforms. Okay. Coming to the characteristics of Java. Java created in 1995. The philosophy is create once and run anywhere. Run anywhere. That's the concept of Java. Okay. Coming to characteristics of Java. What are the characteristics of Java? Tell me, what are the characteristics of Java? Java has certain characters. One is object oriented. Second one is platform independent. Okay. Third one is it's a simple language, and fourth one is secure, and fifth one is secure and architecture neutral. And portable. And then robust. Yeah. Okay, robust. So these are the characteristics of Java. Java is object oriented, platform independent, simple, portable, robust, secure, and architecture neutral. What is architecture neutral? Java compiler basically generates a class file. We have already discussed about a .class file. Okay, I will show you in practice. We have created a program, right? We have created a program. We have just compiled and executed also. See, hello world. Okay, output generated in a console. Okay, just go to this file path and see. So look at here. Java training classes under Java. See, binary folder gets generated. Under binary folder, we have a class file. See, class file has generated for each and every class. There are two classes. For both the classes, we have a class file. Okay, just try to open. You can't understand anything. See, this is nothing but a, what is this code? This is a bytecode, also called as intermediary code. This code gets converted into a machine code. That is nothing but zeros and ones. Okay, the entire code gets converted into a zeros and ones. That is nothing but a machine code. Currently, it is an intermediate code, also called as a binary code. Bytecode. This bytecode gets converted into a machine code. Okay. So these are the class files. What is this class file? These class files are enough to run the same program on another platform called Linux or Unix or a Mac machine. That is nothing but architecture neutral. Java compiler generates a class file that is architecture neutral file format, which makes basically the compiled code executable on many processors with the presence of Java runtime environment. Okay, the same class file can be used across multiple platforms. That is nothing but architecture neutral. Architecture neutral. Secured means what? What is secured? What is secured? Secured means what? See, one of the very important feature of Java is Java does not support pointers. Pointers is a concept very famous in C++. Pointers does not supported by Java. There is a reason behind that. Java is basically a concept which stores a memory location of the variable. These memory locations can be accessed by the pointer variables in Java and C and C++. But it is against the security. It's against the policies of security of many of the projects. If you know the address of the variable, we can access the data stored in a particular memory location. So it's a security violation. Hence, the Java does not support pointers. One thing. Java enables to develop a virus-free, tamper-free systems. Authentication techniques are based on a public key encryption. By default, it supports an encryption and decryption mechanism. That's why Java is more secured. Okay, simple. Java is designed to be easy to learn because if you know object-oriented program concepts, you can quickly learn the Java program. So coming to robust, how can you say Java is a robust language? Java makes a lot of effort to eliminate error-prone situations. See, every year we are getting a latest version of JDK. Currently, we are using JDK 15. Basically, Java makes a lot of effort to eliminate errors-prone situations by mainly compiling a time error checking and a runtime checking. So it does two type of checkings. One is a compile time checking. Compile time checking and a runtime check. So it checks your code in compile time. At the same time, it also checks in a runtime. There are multiple checks are there in a Java. That's why Java is a robust programming language and it avoids all kind of errors in the program before execution. Is it clear? These are the characteristics of Java. We stop here. Tomorrow we'll see what are the applications of Java program and continue with the topics of Java. Shall we stop here?